Hey, so if you're running an advertising or marketing-based business, it's really important to know the actual laws and the rules and the compliance standards in your industry. I've done a lot of research on this subject for my own business, and I'll be discussing the legal laws, at least in the United States. I'll be discussing rules of the particular ad networks and platforms, and I'll also be discussing how to do research and hire a lawyer if you feel you need those things. So this is not a fun subject, you know, compliance and laws and all this stuff. And I just want to note, like, I'm obviously not a lawyer. Look at me. I'm not a lawyer, so none of my advice or whatever is legally whatever sound like. But that being said, I've done a lot of research on just the regulations that exist in the United States in particular about, you know, marketing and advertising. And I've also done research onto some of the rules that affect things. Now, I want to make very clear, there's a very clear difference between laws and rules. Laws you don't want to follow. Rules are of different ad networks. You don't need to abide necessarily by all the rules of every ad network. They're sort of like guidelines. You're not going to go to jail if you're not following the rule of like whatever Facebook wants this week. So first of all, some of the important laws to understand, you really want to look them up on the FTC's website, okay? And FTC stands for Federal Trade Commission. The Federal Trade Commission has all of the laws. One of their laws is truth in advertising, okay? Law, which is pretty important in understanding. They basically, you tell the truth is the long story short. You know, don't make outrageous claims. If you make outrageous claims, make sure you say something along the lines of results not typical. You know, make sure you disclaim if you have relationships with advertisers. All of it is outlaid in the laws by the FTC. Every industry has different laws. So I'm technically governed by the business opportunity rule, which is a law within the FTC, okay? So I have to make sure my business, because at least for the one product I do own, which is my 6-week course called the Super Affiliate System, where I teach people how to do affiliate marketing on Google, Facebook, YouTube, etc. I have to make sure I follow the FTC rules of the business opportunity rule. I've done a lot of research into it, but again, for whatever your company is, you need to look up the specific laws that apply to you. But this is where you find them. They're all online, and you can do a lot of research. And, you know, I was still answering emails and all that stuff, but I took about a week just to really get myself clear on all of the laws in my business, and that's really helped me. Nobody spends any time looking at the laws in their business. They just kind of go by what their friends say. The other law that's kind of important is called the Magnuson-Ross Act, which is basically, it governs, you know, how you can offer guarantees or warranties, or if you have like return policies for your products. This can be an important law to kind of help you understand what language you are and are not allowed to use. These are helpful things to read up on. Do some research on the FTC website in regards to your business so you know you're always making all the proper disclaimers and abiding by all rules or laws. The next is rules. Now, the rules, typically, if you're advertising on Facebook or Google or YouTube, they're going to have some rules about what type of ads you can put up. You know, and each ad network has different rules for what they find is acceptable on their particular platform. So make sure you read up on the rules of the specific platform you're advertising on. Facebook, Google, etc. Okay? Now, I've read up on all the rules for my own product, because one thing that we had a problem with was one of my students had a Facebook account go down. So what I did was I did deep dive research into this. I hired a lawyer. You know, I looked in to see if Facebook was making a credible claim against us, and I just made sure everything was compliant with Facebook's rules. The next thing to do is do your research on your competitors, okay? So once you've read up and done a little research on the laws and the rules in the industry that govern whatever business you're doing, do research into what your competitors put in their terms and conditions and their privacy policy or disclaimers they make, etc. Again, if you're doing business in the jewelry niche, there's certain things you can and cannot do. There's certain things you need to state, like the purity or whatnot. You know, every industry is different, so read up on, you know, see what your competitors are doing to help guide your own activities. And last but not least is, hiring a lawyer. The way I do things, I only work with people my competitors are working with. So when I went to hire a lawyer, I looked for a lawyer that worked in my specific industry that was working with similar companies to mine. I found that to be the most effective way to judge if you're doing or the right thing or hiring the right people, is if they're working in an industry closely related to exactly what you're doing. Again, I don't want to hire a lawyer who specializes in, just a general practice lawyer, because there's a million laws, there's a million rules, and they don't know the specific laws that regulate my particular space, which is considered business opportunity. So that's how I've done my compliance, and I've done my own research, and I've analyzed my own competitors to get up to speed on things. If you've done your research, just type in the comments, "I've done my research," because I don't know many people who have. If you just don't care about compliance or anything, type in the comments, "Don't care." I'd like to get an idea of, if this is a topic people even care about, because it's not a fun topic, like, let's face it. If you want to learn more about how to make money online or how to do affiliate marketing, which is what I do, you can subscribe to my channel and you'll get a free playlist. It's a free course, 10 videos on how to do affiliate marketing step by step. That's pretty exciting, and there's some cool free bonuses once you subscribe as well. Also, like this video and leave your comment of what I said before. Look forward to seeing you in the future.